I'm Ryan Winchester. I moved to Bristol 5 years ago. Started on robotics initially for a year, and then I changed to accounting and finance.
Okay.
And I've just graduated, just finished my last exam in May.
Well done, you. That's fantastic.
Thank you.
So can you tell me a little bit about what your highlights have been during your time as a student?
Okay, yeah, there's been many. One of the main ones, Investing Society. So I actually joined when I was on robotics because I had the interest already. I was just a normal member, then I got to know the leadership team, and then I became the treasurer.
Wow.
And it was just fantastic. Every single week we all met together, became great friends, planned sessions. We had a debate about Brexit with the debating society. That was really fun. One of my modules, Accounting in Context, we had an interview with William Liu, the CFO.
Yeah.
So when I was talking to him, I asked him, can he come and give a talk to the Investing Society? And then did. So that was a highlight, definitely.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And why the change from robotics to accounting and finance?
Well, robotics is okay, but in sixth form, I had no idea what to do. I just asked my maths teacher, because that was my favourite subject, what should I do? And she was like, robotics. So I just picked that. And I really liked the maths and I liked the programming, but the electronics was too much.
Okay.
So it just wasn't for me. So then I think I finished all the exams,
Yeah.
but then I went to work for LG, which is actually an electronics company, ironically, over summer. And then that's when I started the Amazon business.
Okay.
And then from that, I just naturally started doing Excel and accounting. Then I asked some of my friends that studied it, and yeah, I really liked it and joined. Haven't looked back since.
Brilliant. Can you tell me a bit more about the Amazon business that you started?
Yeah, okay. So one of my friends was in Olympic gymnastics, Tony. So when that ended, he had that same discipline and work ethic. So he made his own crypto, started Amazon, all these things. So he trained me how to do it. So the basic process, I get a product made in China. I might as well tell you the product. It's a little circular plant pot riser. You put it underneath a plant pot, and then when it rains, there's no stains.
Oh, that's fantastic. Very ingenious.
So it was quite hard because obviously you have to communicate with the Chinese suppliers.
Yeah.
But then eventually you get quite a good deal. You get the tests and you make it exactly how you want. And then we launched that on Amazon UK, and it did really well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, because at first it was me and one other seller, so it wasn't that competitive. But now there's like 4 pages.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of sellers all
Of
competing in
sellers.
the same. Wow.
Yeah, so
And are you planning to do more things like that on after you've graduated, or is that?
yeah, I want to launch more products, and the profits of that I invested into crypto very early 2017. So obviously it's skyrocketed now
Wow.
in 2021. That was quite lucky. So yeah, I'm always looking maybe less physical business like that, maybe more investing opportunities.
Yeah, you sound very savvy.
Oh, thank you.
So you've also done a study year abroad, haven't you? So can you tell us a little bit about that and your internship in America?
Yeah, of course. So my first choice was Ohio, which was the only choice in America, Malaysia and Hong Kong. Those are my 3. And it was a real motivator, actually. It's the reason I chose UWE initially, because of the excellent study abroad links. If students look on the study abroad page, there's literally hundreds in every continent, China, Japan, Canada, all over.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really motivated me to get good grades, because on the application, they look at your first year grades. So a lot of people say first year, you just need 40%. But I was going more for a first, because I wanted to get into my first choice, which I did.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it was excellent. It was definitely a culture shock going to Bowling Green, Ohio.
Yeah.
But it was lots of fun. It was quite similar to Bristol, the sort of students. The academics, though, very different, because at UWE, most of your exams are at the end, and you have usually one coursework for each module. In America, it was coursework every week, but then the exams are much easier.
Okay, so a different structure almost to the whole program.
Yes, definitely. And then I worked at Kroger as a cashier, which is the same as Walmart.
Okay.
That was interesting. I was doing the fruit, just putting fruit out. Then they realized I had an accent, so then they made me a cashier.
Oh, because people like the
Yeah,
British
they
accent.
loved it there. So yeah, it was fun. I got to travel around a lot as well. Chicago, Columbus. We had a lot more planned. We were going to go to Las Vegas, Cancun, Mexico, and New York City, but that was in March 2021. So unfortunately it was cut short, but still really, really good experience. And then the internship, I had quite a lot of time in America because the academics aren't as strenuous as they are here. So I just spent most days applying to everything. And then I thought Domino's Pizza internship at the head office. I didn't think I would get it, but I just applied, had 2 interviews, and then I got the offer.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've kept yourself busy the whole time that you were in the States as well.
Yeah. I tried to keep the same discipline.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fantastic. It was in Ann Arbor, Michigan, just next to Detroit. It's where the University of Michigan is, which is like really top ranked.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic there.
Wow.
It was a big city, very similar to Bristol, avant-garde, cultural. There's always a lot going on. There's nature as well, right in the middle of the city, huge river going through it.
Yeah.
And the Domino's office itself was incredible. It was a huge campus-like building, almost like the business block.
Yeah.
There were robots going around, driverless cars, because they've got the innovation garage where they test everything.
Yeah.
And you could try the new pizzas.
Wow.
It was really, really good, yeah.
Oh, I'd have spent most of my time eating pizza, I think, if I'd been...
Yeah, that was me.
And how do you think that year abroad has sort of shaped you and made your experience different to how it would have been maybe at a different institution?
Yeah, well, it gives you a lot of perspective because it's a different world over there. You think everything's going to be the same, similar culture, but everything's different. Like even grocery shopping, completely different. So yeah, it just gives you a lot of idea of other cultures. And then you meet loads of internationals as well because of where you live. So with that, I launched the international podcast. But I've made a lot of good international friends. So I have a Chinese friend now, a French friend who's just moved to London to work for Facebook.
Wow.
So yeah, it's been really good.
Yeah. And again, so you've just touched on your podcast series. So could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so me and my housemate launched it because we were really bored in our student house in lockdown, nothing to do.
Yeah.
So we thought we might as well do something positive. He studied abroad in Italy as well. So between us, we had a very good network. And then we just invited guests on and talked to them about finance and accounting, whether they've worked in it or studied in it or just know about it around the world.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
have you had anyone sort of notable or anyone really exciting that sparked your interest particularly on the podcast series?
The Young Entrepreneur of the Year for Canada.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I met him in Bristol actually through Investing Society, so it's another good network. He's just amazing. He's got a business where it's a robot that tunes a guitar. He's a very, very good engineer. I think he was in Bristol because he's working for Airbus for a year.
Yeah, so you'll be graduating soon and you'll have finished your studies. So do you have a job opportunity lined up?
Yeah, so it was a real struggle this year. I have quite good grades. I've done quite a lot, so I thought it'd be very easy to get a job, but it wasn't. So I encourage students just to do as much as possible and really get work experience. But yeah, just don't give up because I started applying in September.
Okay.
I got a few offers, but they weren't that great because I wanted something very specific. I wanted finance where you rotate teams, which is quite rare.
Okay.
I did an assessment centre over HMRC in January and they wrote me last week that I got it.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was just really surprised, but I didn't actually take that one.
Okay.
I took one just outside New York.
Oh, so you're going to go back to the States then?
Yeah, because I'm a dual citizen. I'm quite lucky. I thought I'd use that asset while young, go out there, have some great experiences.
Yeah.
But do you know Avis Car Rental?
Yes.
Yeah, it's at their head office in Parsippany, which is just outside New York.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really, really excited.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Your whole story is fantastic and it's wonderful and you're so ambitious and all the things, it sounds like all the things that you've done through your student journey have kind of enhanced sort of where you are now and you've obviously managed to get a range of opportunities, luckily. And you've sort of cherry picked the one that you want the most, which is brilliant. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come and speak to us today. And this whole project is about celebrating student successes, and you are the absolute pinnacle of student success. So
thanks so much.
Thank you.